Who will be the first to identify all the clues and find the answers? This short video will get you up and running with so many clues. In So Many Clues, two teams compete to identify 5 objects in 5 categories by figuring out which clues belong together. Both teams are given the same 20 clues. In each category, there are 4 clue cards, but they're all mixed up, so the teams don't know which clues belong to which of the 5 categories. By studying and rearranging the clue cards, the teams will find out which clue cards are connected. The winning team is the team that's best at identifying the correct connections and thereby gets the most points. Start by choosing 2 teams of 1 to 3 players. Give each team a sheet of notepaper, a pencil, a red decoder, and an hourglass. Stand the rules up between the teams as a screen. Take the cards out of the first card box and give the first 20 cards to one team and the next 20 cards to the other. The same clues are on both teams' cards. Be careful not to turn the cards over, as Game 2 is on the back. The last 2 cards in the box are category cards for Games 1 and 2. The black side lists the categories, the white side the answers. Both teams write the 5 categories at the top of their notepaper. For each category, they have to identify 3 out of 4 clues, and the object that the clues point to. At the start of the game, each team places their clues on the table and turns their hourglass over. During the game, teams can do one of 3 things: study clues, check connections between clues, and provide answers on clues and objects. The teams study the clues and may rearrange the clue cards. A clue can be text or an image. The actual object is never shown. While studying the clue cards, make notes and talk to each other. But be careful, the other team might be listening. Once a team's 30-second hourglass has run out, they may check one and only one connection between 2 clue cards to find out if the 2 clues belong to the same category. Each time the hourglass runs out, the team can check a connection between 2 clue cards. To check a connection between 2 clue cards, place them up against each other so the thick black markings on both cards line up. Place the decoder across the striped sections of the 2 cards and check whether all the small blue markings line up. If they don't, there's no connection. The cards point at 2 different categories. If they do line up, there's a connection and they do belong to the same category. Once a team has checked a connection, they turn their hourglass over and can't check another one until the hourglass runs out again. Use the enclosed demo cards to practice how to check connections. Each team may only answer once per category, and changes to the answer are not permitted. The teams must wait until the end of the game to find out if their answers are correct. The teams can answer 2 things in a category: 3 clues and the object. The first answer in a category must contain 3 of the 4 clues. It can also, but does not have to, contain the object. The first time an answer is given in a category, the team shouts "stop" and writes their answer on their notepaper. As soon as a team shouts "stop," all activity on both teams stops, and the team that is about to answer says in which category they want to answer. The team does not reveal the answer to the other team, but must reveal the number of one of the 3 clue cards. The other team notes this card number in the circle, and then play continues. The second time an answer is given in a category, it can consist of the object, the 3 clues, or both. One of the 3 clues may be the one given to them by the other team. The second time an answer is given in a category, the game does not stop and no clue is given to the other team. The answering team just writes down the answer on a sheet. Both teams keep studying their clue cards while the answer is being given. Once answers have been given in all 5 categories, in other words, the 5th time someone shouts "stop," both teams must turn their hourglass over, and they now have 30 seconds to fill in any missing clues and objects. A team does not have to provide an answer in all 5 categories as long as the 2 teams have provided an answer in all 5 between them. That's the end of the game. One of the players then turns over the category card. The answers are on the white side. Use the decoder to read them. The answers and correct clues are revealed 1 category at a time. Each team writes down their points on their notepaper. For each category, points are awarded for 2 things: identifying 3 clues and the object. Only the first team to identify 3 clues correctly in a category gets 1 point. The other team does not get a point. Both teams get 1 point for a correct object, but 0 points for an incorrect object. The team with the most points wins the game. In the event of a draw, the team that said stop the most times wins. If you want to play another game, turn the cards over and start right away. If you are done playing, each team puts its clue cards in a pile. The order of the cards doesn't matter, but make sure you keep the two piles separate. Remember to put the category cards at the back before you put the other cards back in the box. You can also play so many clues as a cooperative game against the clock. See the rules for details. Have fun playing a different kind of trivia game with your friends.